Namaste and welcome to class. And in this class, I want to talk about traumas, which sounds a little bit opposite to this place where I am in Colombia, in Casamambo, beautiful beach where everything seems to be relaxed and beautiful. But I found traumas a very important aspect of purification in the life of a seeker. And we can see three types of traumas. The first traumas are related to your physical body, to the earth bodies. The second trauma is related to your soul bodies. And the third trauma, the more profound traumas, are related to the spirit bodies. So let's start and see what can be helpful for you to have an overview of this type of constrictions or tensions in the nervous system that we have hard time to let go. At the level of the physical body, traumas can be of minor things or big things. Minor thing could be an indigestion. And major things, it could be experiences in life that are hard, that are difficult, that represents pain, abuse, violence. And this physical traumas, they have a very specific ways of purification, and is through the cellular purification, number one, where you have a certain diet, a certain breath, a certain massage and body work that can start loosening up all the tensions that it was caused because of the moment of trauma. Then purifying as well the physical body, you need the meditation. You need to bring into the physical body certain relaxation, certain emptiness, certain clarity, certain understanding, which is the number 3. Which is knowledge. And that leads to the relationship between your earth bodies and your soul bodies. Because you need to understand at the level of the soul why you have manifest or partner up with these specific life experiences that are difficult. Because after all, it's all your creation. We don't like to hear that kind of things, especially when we have put so much investment in the energy of the abuser and the abuse, which our society just start to grow more and more about it. You abuse me, I was abused, I cannot abuse, etc. But this is a deep-rooted misunderstanding of karma and why you have created. What is the experience that you need to integrate as a learning lesson for you not to have that kind of anymore, right? Because this seems to be repetitive. Either in a clans, you see mothers that are abused, daughters that are abused, sons that are drug addicts, fathers that are drug addicts, and they all kind of perpetuate and reincarnate in the same kind of cycle of pain. So you must understand why in the collective you have agreed to do that. And it's very simple on that, and it's to stop inner violence. And it's in here where we go into the traumas of the soul. And in the traumas of the soul is basically you're not understanding, acknowledging why you're here, how you're experiencing, what are you experiencing. So in that inquiry and in that openness of you to hear yourself, a meditation with no judgment, in a state of neutrality, you're able to create a very healing power, and it's the power of love. Acceptance. Even if you don't understand the whole entire picture, the acceptance that I am not going to be violent anymore within myself of having negative thoughts about the exterior or negative thoughts about myself, feeling that I am incomplete or hurt or impure because I have a trauma. And in here then we have the more profound traumas. The soul body is in that disconnection with your physical reality. And how we do that is by subdivision. And I explain a little bit about what is subdivision so you're able to understand me. When we are not present in our own presence, we are in subdivision. When we are thinking one thing, let's say today I'm going to do the laundry, I am going to go shopping, I'm going to talk to my partner, or do this to my children, etc. And you have a very tight mind agenda. But the reality is that life have a different agenda for you. So you kind of force through your own mind to follow, no, I need to do this, right? Or the opposite. You wake up and you have your list and everything is in place for you, this kind of thing, but you don't have a strong mind to deliver that. You start, if you wanted to do the laundry, you finish cleaning the swimming pool, if you have one. So that kind of subdivisions is very damaging for the magnetic and electric body. That accompany with the emotional body, right? That we want to love and we want to give and we want to be good boys or good girls, but inside we have resentment, we have expectations about the ones that we love, we have expectations about ourselves of how we should love, and at the end they are not harmonization between what we think, what we feel, and what we do. That disalignment is subdivision, and it's traumatic. It is traumatic because it moves you out of time. You seems them to be relating to a known time or a place where you cannot exist. Your presence is not in existence. So this is a profound trauma that most humans carry. Then, because of that fragmentation, the soul energy, the passion of your soul, what you're supposed to be doing, what you're supposed to be expressing, that current of energy from love, from the soul, cannot be deposited in the heart, and the heart get confused. The heart wants to them kind of survive in this non-direction of what I should do, what is my purpose, what is it that I am here. You lose your sense of guidance, you lose your connection with your heart, and that is a big, big, big trauma. And finally, because of that this connection where the matter is receiving the energy in a very fragmented way, the equal way you don't have the connection with your source, meaning that at the level of the vibration as naturally is in the structure of being, goes from vibration to energy and from energy to matter, from matter to energy and from energy to vibration. That is a natural descension of the waves of creation. But if that interrupted, you feel incomplete. Not that you are, but you do feel incomplete. That's why the practices of meditation and breathing and silence, it brings the fragmentation in a state of unity, in a state of calmness. So the connection with the vibration, the vibrational part of you, which is embody the truth of everything, embody the freedom, embody the enlightenment. All that possibility is at your hands. Otherwise, the seeker needs to realize that it needs certain preparation, and the whole entire path of spiritual practices are towards unity, towards bringing certain cohesiveness in the form between mind, emotions, relations with the environment, action, and mind, in order to have a harmonious flow of energy, vibration into matter, and the connection with matter, soul, and vibration. And for that, we need to review 4 things that the 4 paths of liberation. Because in here, the path of yoga brings teachings about what to do with that. And there are 4 things that are mentioned in the text of the non-dual, the really beginning of the Vedantas, where it say, well, first thing is knowledge. Knowledge of what? What is it you are doing? Why you are doing? Awareness, consciousness, and the knowledge of the different teachers that reflect your own truth, right? That facing that honesty of, oh yes, I am doing this cruel thing towards me or towards others. Nobody likes to hear that kind of truth, but that kind of knowledge where you are aware of why and how you are doing it is incredibly healing. So it's that self-inquiry, not only of what I am, but where I am and how I am doing. The second path is the path of love. It's the path of bhakti, it's the path of devotion, where you have that forgiveness, have that love, have that acceptance for your own doing. You don't bully yourself, you don't judge yourself, you don't go into the mind and try to squeeze your behavior and your experiences into a kind of a Bible or a kind of constitution that it has to be this way. No, love is a more fluid thing that is teaching us in every moment to have the compassion towards ourselves. In whatever state you understand compassion, start somewhere. Then is the path of service, where you forget too much about yourself, me, I, myself, how I am doing, and you start selfless actions. Selfless means that you have no agenda. You are not doing an action because you want to get popular, or because you want to be applause, or because you think it's a good thing, or nothing. It's just a spontaneous, loving service towards others, where your sense of I is not involved. And then is the path of meditation. Right? It's the path where you stay still. It's the path where you allow the life of the force of life to heal you, where silence and retreats and self resting in oneself is so much healing. And some schools say, well, it's through meditation that you're gonna have that purification or enlightenment or realization. But others say only self-inquiry, others say just bhakti yoga, others say just karma yoga. But really is all of them. All of them have to go hand by hand, guided by an expert teacher. So all these prakriyas don't get diluted or misunderstood, or it continues a path where the teacher is able to see, say, no, you're doing this in the wrong way, or in the self-interest way. So all these paths, when they go hand by hand, they really alleviate traumas. They really put together the unison of body, mind, emotions, and the connection to soul. So it's a very important to see that we all have traumas, a very profound trauma, because the disconnection with our source, the idea that we are only individuals, is a big trauma for the psyche. It's a big trauma for our existence. It's like having an existence without purpose, without Wi-Fi, right? Now that everything functions on Wi-Fi, you go to a place, is there a Wi-Fi? In the same way, it should be that connection. Are you connected? Are you connected? And the tools that you use to connect can be expanded. It's not only one way of crossing that bridge of dissociation to bring into association. So if you have a physical trauma, see that physical trauma, mental or emotional, is only 10% compared to the traumas of being in subdivision, the traumas of being disconnected, and the traumas of not being purely yourself. Thank you so much for sitting with me, and I will see you in our next lesson. Namaste.